Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Digital Open Days by POLI.design. It is my pleasure to introduce you to this presentation by Professor Luca Fois about design for kids and toys. My name is Lavinia, and I will be assisting you in this presentation. Please make sure to drop any questions you might have in the Q&A box, and we will make sure to go over them all in the last 15 minutes of this presentation. Now, I will leave the floor to Professor Fois. Please, Professor, I will leave the floor to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You hear me? Okay.
Yes, we do.
And sorry for my English because it's a creative English. So, but the most part of the global population know English not better than me, so I am in a good company. Welcome to everybody. I will show the presentation. Eccola qua. Okay, you can read.
Yes, everything is okay.
Okay, thank you. So, design for kids and toys. I love so much design for kids and toys because I started in 2003 to speak about design for kids and toys, because in this year there was not connection between kids and toys and design. There was many kind of design, cake design also, yacht design, product design, interior design, landscape design, but food design, but there was not kids and toy design, because there is in the market a contradiction, because all the product of for kids, the kids is the user, but the buyer is an adult, and so all the company looks to marketing and not to design. For this reason, you can see in all the production in the world, in all the final product in the world for kids and toys, a very standard, how to say, standard way, standard quality, standard language, and all is blink, blink, you know, many color, many function, many kind that they thinks that the children are like to use. But there is no really, there was not a real approach, a design approach to kids and toys. For this reason, we started in many years ago, in the beginning with workshop and short courses, and after year by year, in this kind of experience become a master, an international master in kids and toy design. What means? Means that we have a multi-skill approach to develop capability, new skills for young and not only young people that have a passion to create a product and services, not only product, not only toys, but also services and product service system for kids, with putting the kids in the center of the research, in the center of the values. And this because is clear that only putting the kids in the middle, we can resolve the problem, the needs of the kids for a right development of the brain. Remember that the kids are born with a white brain, and year by year they build the personality, playing and living in space, in relationship with adults. So the design of all the products, and particularly toys, are very important to work for the future. Remember that the kids are the only future that is present now. So this approach is to innovate the pathway to design every product or services for children. And we have developed a specific learning experience to transfer and manage different skills. The passion is really the unique value that is very, very important and strategic for the student that come in our master. So the goal is to give a method and contents to project a new generation of designer, to form a new generation of design, able to manage a highly complex product system. Because remember, all the product and toys of the children, dedicated to the children, are systemic and are not only product, are product and services and all what is related not only to the product, but to the learning and to the brain experience of the children. So we work to dedicated for freelance, but also to professional and consultant and entrepreneur and designer. So this specializing master is dedicated to many people that like to know how to manage a product or a services for the kids. And is completely in blended learning, because there are 6 months in e-learning. We started before the COVID, 3 years before, to make this master in a learning way, in a learning platform, and then 2 design workshops, 1 month each, and the professional internship for 3 or more months. This is the structure of our blended learning, learning master. So you can work 6 months and study in the meantime, so and decide how and when study and the master, and then is important the physical workshop and the professional internship. During the COVID, we worked also in a digital workshop, but we like to do this in physical presence. Our mission is to teach and to do and to innovate. This is our philosophy. Not only learning and doing is our philosophy, because it's very important, the experience. And in design for kids and toys, is very important to do all kind of event and to create situation to observe the children, and after the observation and the creative and the design process, to organize the feedback of our product, of our solution, of our creativity. So it's very important, teach, do, and innovate. Innovate is very important, because we need to innovate the product for the children. Toys, or not only toys, services also, not only objects. And in as I said before, in a systemic way, because all kind of product used by the children is a system, is not only a functional object. Our approach is collaborative, international, and blended. You can really know that our approach is really also related to a network of experience, of skills, and professional, and we work very strictly with company and with other designer or professional in different skills, because is really important in design, and also firstly for design for kids and toys, to have a collaborative approach, and international, because the children are universal, and as I said before, the children are the unique future of the future of the present, and if we work good with the children, we can have a future, a better world, and this is really strategic. So it's very important to know this, and this is only possible with a collaborative and international network and approach. Why design for kids is also a big market. These are the value of the market in Italy and in the world. This is the toys market, but also is only the toys market, but there is also the product for children market that is also very big, and the parents and the adults spend so many money, but not in a qualitative way. And remember, the people, the customer, ask more quality than the industries of kids and toys can produce and offer. So it's very important to innovate this sector, because you can see in the supermarket, in the shopping center, in the little shop, in the market, the most part of the product for children are very, very conservative, very traditional, with few innovation, but only to make what I say blink blink, you know, only to be attractive in a very superficial way, but are not studied to create value in the experience of children. This is really important. So the quality of toys and product is something very strategic, but we have to learn how to arrive to this goal, that the product and services and toys for children are really helpful to create the autonomy and the evolution of the brain of the children, to become autonomous in the life, to have the good relation between children and adults, children and children, and children with himself and the reality. This is also the psychological, but better I say, neuroscientific approach to the children. Remember, we born with a white brain, and day by day the experience modify our brain, create our neuronic street in our brain, and create our identity day by day. So it's very important to work very good to offer good experience, stimulating experience with value, with sense to the children. This is really something important in this kind of field. The market is so important, and is so important that adults and children can select good product, and not only cheap and not helpful toys, not qualitative toys. The ecosystem around kids is really universal. There is a universal language that have to be very important, because to play, and the playfulness is something that all people, rich and poor in the world, have as an experience. So we have to work good with quality, with a strategic quality in this field is really important. What I said before, each toys is a cultural toys, is a learning toys, is an experience toys, and also the other product, also furniture for kids, are the same, so are systematic, and so we have to create a good product for children, and not to use a simple way to take a product for adults and to transform with kids' language. So to do little in blue or pink for boys and girls, and then we are solving the problem. No, to design for kids is really the most difficult and the most strategic design. For this reason, the master is very important, because we have an approach multi-skill. We have more than 60 different different 16 different competence and skill from neuroscience to ergonomic, from engineering to chemical to aesthetic to color specialist. So every skills is very important to be managed in a product for children. The other is to create our for the problem, yes, to give more expert to the market, to the company, and to the family. The solution is to make a good training work for a new generation of designer able to manage complex design processes in the world of products and services that are the children market, and with the children in the center of our project. Remember, the United States documents about the right of children say at the 12th 12th article, the children have the right to be heard and to be observed. So the first thing that we teach in our course is to observe the children, to hear the children, to understand the needs and the desire of children, and to work for this before working to the marketing. Before the content, before good qualitative object, and then we think how to sell. The company now thinks always only how to sell this product to the adults. This is a revolution that we have to do in the world market. What we do exactly in our master? A learning, I say, 2 design workshop and a professional internship. And this is really a process very, how to say, very interactive between these 3 fields. That means to learn and do and to collaborate with the other. We work in an individual way, but we work in a group, and this is very important to learn how to collaborate, because a designer cannot be isolated. Is not a solitary work. Is a teamwork, and also this is a very important thing. And we do this also in the learning way. We was able this year to organize 4 digital workshops in all the in 6 counties and more than 60 students in the workshop, because we really think that believe that collaboration is very important. So a learning is the first part. You can study at home or in office when you like and when you have time, and then to participate to the design workshop with generally with very important global company of toys production or kids product. And then professional internship, because now many companies start to ask new professionality, because more and more the parents, the adults ask qualitative toys and products. And so the company now have to innovate the stuff and the approach, not marketing approach alone, but design then marketing approach. This is something that we are able to change in this year, in this last 20 years, pushing the world, not only the world, the concept, the approach, name it design. Design is to transform vision in real project. This is our definition about design. And design is a multi-skill approach and also a collaborative approach. These are all important elements and value of our master. Learning, the theoretical training models concern the following subjects: communication, human-centered design, design psychology, technology and materials, ICT and robotics, project management, entrepreneurship strategy, regulation, and production terms, because also production is very important, how to say, and also is connected with prototyping, with study how to do in the real way our ideas. Design workshop is very important, is a workshop that also to understand how to work together and to think to a specific brief of a real company. And the very important thing is that many times we spend to make a collaboration with to collaborate with the student and make a review about the work step by step with the company expert or the design responsible of the company or some other professional of the company. And so the student have a strictly relation with the company and the really business world. Professional internship is something that we can organize, we generally organize after in 2 ways. Sometimes we use together, us and the students use us to organize some event, some other kind of action in the market. This is an exhibition that we organized with the student many years ago, and other is a professional internship in design company or in toys company, firstly toys company, or in other kind of situation to connect what they have learned in the master and the real market. This is very important because it's the final goal of our works. Each year we work with many students, and what I like so much is to see in the end, you can see in this picture some years ago that the output are really a final product completely about name, packaging, solution, rules, and worked with the company. Now, this was a very important workshop with Ravensburger, that is a leader in the puzzle, and was really good because Ravensburger buy in the end of this workshop one or two two toys designed by the students. So this is another. Generally, our workshop, the final goal of our workshop is that the company can buy and put in production and do an agreement with the student that are selected with one or two real projects in the end of the workshop. It was really something very important. In the stuff that you see here, there are the Ravensburger leader of design and innovation office, and so it's very. I like to say that this is a goal that we are very conscious and honored to give to the student. We are in very good relation with the Assogiocattoli, that is the organization of the toy producer in Italy, and all the year they put the name of our toy designer in a toy designer list to propose to the company of toys. And all the year we have a meeting in Nuremberg, that is the city in which there are the most important world exhibition about toys, because all the market are in this year in January, generally in the end of January, put in Nuremberg in the Spielenwarenmesse. This is a meeting in which we meet the student, professor, and all the company in the world, because it's a really moment, a real moment in which you can find all the production and the proposal of the company. How we do? Our methodology is to engage a company, to involve family, and to guide student and professional to design and innovate product. Why company and why families? Because families, you can identify the client, the real needs of the client and the user. Families means parents and the kids, and to observe the children, and also to test the idea and the solution with the real children. This is very important. And to gauge company, because what I said before is important to work with the company, because they know the market, they know the distribution, they know all the production and distribution problems. So the designer know in the end of this master, know really all the process from the idea to the customer, and then also what happened after the use. So this the sustainability aspect of a product. This is very important to give also this kind of value in our production. This is some picture about our students, and we in this year we worked with many. We organized 4 workshops online and offline some meeting, and this workshop was in 10 countries in the world, 18 universities, 275 students or more students, and 40 professors. This is a really very important network. So you don't will participate to a master, but you will enter in an international network with colleague, junior, and senior professor, and the company, because our work is to promote this new approach in design for kids and toys in the world. We wrote a manifesto many years ago that is a base to how to approach the design for children and kids and toys. So it's really something important to build a network of ambassadors in the world that promote this approach in the kids market. This is some brand that you can easily know about university and also about company, the most important company in the big, not only big, but different level worked with us and will work also in the future. So is something that you can see. These are products that are really produced and becomes real product in the market. So this is we are very happy to show how our workshop is related to the company, with the company, and can become real project in the market. This is a job opportunity for our designer. More than 85% of our students are working in or directly in the toys company or in some other studio or in some other company related to design for kids and toys. This is an important goal, and we are happy to say this. So we can work with freelance, professional, consultants, startups, employed, or all the position in retail also, specializing in child system, but also laboratory, pedagogy, the kindergarten. So it's not only related to product, but all what is around the kids needs a new design approach that we teach and in our master. So is remember that you can work in this master and obtain 60 credit equivalent to 60 ACTS International. So is a specialized master in design for kids and toys from Politecnico di Milano and organized in POLI.design. So I hope that you can understand. I wait your question, and sorry for my English, but it's a passionate English because the passion to design for kids is the passion to design for the future, and this is really something important. And the future are the children and are the experience of the children. So good lucky who like to come with us. This is what we need by you: the CV, a motivation letter, a portfolio, a bachelor degree, university, a transcript, ID card, and all the documents you can find in the website. I am not very bureaucratic expert, but because I'm more creative than bureaucratic, and this is a limit of my experience, but now I am older, I cannot change. And so for all the bureaucratic and administrative questions, there are our beautiful people that work in POLI.design and Politecnico to explain to you, and you can see on the website. All questions you can ask now or write by mail. We are always able to answer to you. So what are you waiting for? Join us. This is I like to work with young people, but not only young. So you can decide what you like. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Foyce. Maybe, Elisa, you want to add something about the administrative part?
Yeah.
Yes, mainly as Professor Foyce was mentioning, in order to apply for the master, you may go on our website, that is www.poli.design.net, and in particular in the web page of the master itself, you will find the link for the application, and mainly there you will be required to fill a short form with your personal data and to upload your selection documents that are those listed here that are mainly a CV, a portfolio that is, let's say, mandatory only for candidates having a design or architecture background, because as mentioned by Professor in the presentation, the backgrounds of our students come from let's say every field, mainly also psychology or education sciences, humanistic sciences, and so on. So mainly, of course, it is not a mandatory document. In that item, you may just specify that you don't have a portfolio or upload twice your CV, and then you will have, since the selection is also from the official point of view of the bureaucracy done by Politecnico di Milano and needs to check if the university you attended is recognized officially, we will need a scanning of your bachelor degree and of your university transcript together with a scanning of your passport or ID card. Mainly, the minimum requirement for the selection in terms of, let's say, bureaucratic aspects is having achieved a bachelor degree, a laurea triennale. Of course, higher degrees are accepted and need to be verified by Politecnico. The maximum amount of seats available is 20. So the selection is already open, and we suggest to apply as soon as possible, as there is a limit in the candidate who can be officially admitted in the master itself.
Okay, thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Professor Foyce, for the very interesting presentation. I was wondering if, Professor, you could tell us more about how the course will be developed, like how will the lessons be held, when they will start, how long the master will last. Thank you.
Yes, generally the starting point is in January, and as I say, the first part you can do when you want, because we started a learning system many years ago, because many of our students are workers, so they work in different way, or employed or as a professional, and so it was better to organize this courses, this master in a learning way. But after this 6 months, we have to organize 2 workshops in a physical presence. So during the learning, you have also you can speak with the professor. You can read the lesson to see the material that we put in our file, but you can also ask, and you have also to work for some work that the professor asked during the course, and have the evaluation also for this. But in the end, you have also to organize a project, for this. So the mix of e-learning and workshop, a real project to finish with a real company that asks you a brief to resolve a real problem, are the main part. So theory and practice, learning and doing. This is really important to understand. And also you have to read some book and some paper that we advise, because it's important to have also a theoretical part, because remember, there are many skills that we have to know. One of that I like to promote every time is the neuroscience, that are in the last century, the last 50 years are so developed that we have so many indications and confirmation from psychology before, but also new approach about how our brain works. And knowing how our brain works is fundamental for a designer, not only to communicate, but also to make a relation, because we are working, what I said before, the first 1,000 days, the brain of the children is white. So all the experience that we organize and the children live create our identity. For this reason, I say is the most strategic design is design for kids and toys. And better kids, better world. This is automatic. So for this reason, I worked in this field for many, many years because it's really something universal because the kids are in all the world. And there is the unique future that is present now, and then we can modify the future. Now, many times say that design create a better world, design for a better world, design for a better life. Okay, design for a better kids is design for a better life and better world. This is the most important message that I have to do. And then there is generally there are very good satisfaction about this master. For this reason, a cultural and professional background first, relation and network second, and also job and capability to present in the market with the new important skills that are growing the interest in the world. The market is so big, but it's not so big the design approach. So for this reason, this is growing. The interest to use design, specializing in kids design, is growing in all the world because the consciousness of the company are growing. Fortunately, also fortunately because we are pushing this for many years, and then now we are a very international network, and this is another reason why this master satisfy many people that come with us.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much. That was very interesting and very enlightening for sure. To stay on the subject, maybe you could tell us more about the professors that will join in for this course.
The professors that are teaching?
Yes, thank you.
There are different professors. We are more, I think that 60 or 17 skills professor, consultant coming from academy, but also coming from different professional skills. This is very important because what I say, the design for toys is multi-skill. And so our professionals coming with different age, different also different background, scientific background, but also how to say practical background, because many are working in this field, and we need to connect the academic point of view, the theoretical point of view, with the market point of view, the real professional point of view, and this is our mix. Then there are also physical skills, obviously, but also digital, because now we are working knowing that the mix about physical and digital are mega trends, and also in the children. And it's very important to create a balance between the two fields, digital and physical. So our professor, you can see on the website the profile and what they are mixed about this kind of approach. And also in the video game, we have also video game approach, because it's important also to manage this kind of market that is very, very big and not so visited by design.
Thank you, Professor. Okay, so we have a question in the Q&A box. Hello, and thank you, Professor Fois, for the presentation. Can we know more about the admission process and if there is any technical knowledge required to join the course?
No, what I say, in our experience, the passion is only the technical skill that we need. Is like a technical skill, because if you are passionate, you can resolve every problem. Because remember, you have not to be to know everything, but you will learn what you need to know and how to arrive to this knowledge. Because what I said before, working in team is impossible to know everything, but it's important to have a method to learn and method to know what you need and to know who can give you the data or the information or the consultant that you need. But this is design. Design is not to know everything, is to know the method and the culture to transform vision in a real project with multi-skill. but I am not multi-skilled. I know all people that can give me the elements to put competence in my project. So this is the approach that we use. And for this reason, international network is very important. Network of professor, network of company, and professional that work in the company or for the company, and now a network of young toy and kids design, because the future is also in the hand of the new generation. So the designer today have to be young. I am old, so, but the space and the future is in the hand of the young generation.
Thank you, Professor. Well, as you know, how they say, if you are young inside, you are young forever. So doesn't matter the age. What matters is the spirit.
Young in the heart and in the heart.
For sure. So I want to thank everyone who joined today. If you have any more questions left, I think our time is running out. So please make sure to drop them in the Q&A box.
Yeah.
And the professor will kindly give you an answer.
Sure.
It's now or never, so don't be shy.
No problem. You can write a mail and ask us everything you like. And no problem. We are open to different kind of approach, cultural approach, skills and competence, and also bachelor or everything. But it's important the passion to know that is very important this kind of approach for working for kids. This is really something that in this year we are sure that this is the most important quality that we need.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Professor, for your time and for answering our questions. It was my pleasure to be here with you all today, and I hope to see you again for the upcoming events with POLI.design. We still have a presentation that will start in about 5 minutes in design, the digital strategy with Professors Giulia Gerosa, Marco Ronchi and Silvia Barotti. So make sure to tune in for that if you're interested. And I wish to thank you all for joining us today. Have a nice evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Oh, somebody asked in the chat if this will be posted later. Yes, it will be uploaded.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you all. Thank you again, and have a nice evening.
Thank you, Elisa.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.